What's up, fellow lords of gaming, and welcome back to the channel. Today we jump right back into Marvel Future Fight, and we're going to take a look at Wenwu. Man, I don't know realistically the reason why Marvel Future Fight seems to want to shoot themselves in the foot, but that's essentially what they're doing with a lot of the character updates that they essentially have put into the game. Specifically with a character like Wenwu, where he was introduced as a tier 2 character, and we've waited almost a year and a half, so 2 years, to basically get him to T3. And the problem is that T3 and potential Transcendence characters, we're kind of past the point of transition for the T4 characters, where there's enough T4 characters in the meta for you to basically understand where you're going with your roster builds at this point. And it's kind of like, sorry, because it basically means any tier or any characters that you're getting that aren't getting that tier 4, they basically don't have a lot of room for your roster, basically, in terms of like choosing a different character. And when Wenwu sits in a really bad position, especially as we understand the developers' notes, because I basically have to compare him to blast type male supervillains, right? So right now, we previously had a PvP character in Strife into the game. Took us forever to get Strife at tier 3, right? So it doesn't really make a difference, but they did a great thing by giving him the abilities that he has, so he can be used similar to the way Wasp is used inside the game. I hate when this does this, but it doesn't. So before that though, we had MODOK, and we also had Malekith. So when we look at the roster of blast male supervillains that potentially could be, we've got two. Specifically Mephisto. We got Mephisto sitting there, and then we also have a human in Red Skull. I don't know why Red Skull hasn't been tied to Captain America so much as they have been in their comics over the years, but we could potentially see a Red Skull update at some point where he gets a T4, especially since he's transcendent as of now. The rest of these characters, really, no, I don't really see these characters, especially this lot of characters over here, getting any form of update. The last character that you potentially have in the blast type male supervillain that could see update that goes beyond Wenwu's would be Ebony Maw. They kind of tie Ebony Maw to Thanos a lot in this game, so we usually end up with a Thanos costume or something like that for Thanos and Jean Grey, so they stay ahead of the pack every year or whatever. So more than likely we could see an upgrade for Ebony Maw. I don't see anything necessarily for Sinister, so it is what it is, you know what I mean? But the other problem with Wenwu, like I said, is that he's a paywalled character. And the problem is that as a paywalled character, I don't understand why they keep doing this to themselves, because it's like shots in the foot. The whole purpose of putting a character behind the paywall is so that way you feel like you need to be incentivized to pay for something. Wenwu is just not that guy. That's just the bottom line truth. That's just the hard facts. He's not that guy that's going to incentivize me or very many people to dig in their wallet and basically go after Wenwu. A guy like Carnage sitting inside the paywall is like, but not Wenwu. I hate to say that, especially where he's only a T3. And then the other problem is, you know, skill set. Like, it doesn't feel like there's a lot to add to Wenwu here. I mean, you look at his passive, it's very generic and bland for characters right now at this point. The supervillain allies getting a 30% increase HP, so not a whole lot there in terms of support abilities. And then his leadership, he removes all debuffs, gets 10 seconds, and then he recovers 10% HP. That's nice, but I don't know that it's necessarily moving the needle for people to basically like, yo, I gotta go purchase Wenwu. You know what I mean? Even when you look at a lot of Wenwu's skills, not a whole lot there. There's not even accumulation on his skills. So like, there's just not a lot there. Basically, we end up with Wenwu staying in the place that he was previously at tier 2, where he's just a Shadowland character. So let's take a look at his skills, and then it becomes obvious the next problem with the character kit. Okay, so we'll turn off the combat settings, and we'll go in here and we'll practice out the combo. So the combo is 4-3-5, right? But the problem with Wenwu is that there's going to be some serious delay cancels inside of his skills. So we can see right off the bat with 4, you can see there we're basically waiting for the rings to be summoned before you roll into 3. So you can see that, right? So 4, wait for you to see the rings, then you can go to 3, wait for the slam, and then you can go into 5. Significant delay cancels inside of his ability. Nice hit damage on them, but there's some significant delays inside of his skills. 4, wait to see the rings, then 3, slam down, and then you can go to 5. So that way you can get all the skills, right? So now on his tier 3, when that's up, you're gonna go 6. There's a long delay in his 6 till he does the same thing that he did with his 3, where he basically slams down. Problem with it is it's really hard to see in the mix of fighting boss battles and stuff like that. So you're going 6, wait till you see him slam his fist down, go into 4 for the same delay cancel, and then the same one into 5. So that's what you've got there, right? So 6, 4, 3, 5. All right. There's nothing really on his 2 and 1 skills, and it's not like they're really doing a whole hell of a lot anyways. So it is what it is, right? So let's take a look at this character. I think I'm gonna run him inside of Mephisto because I think in World Boss, Null was at like females, I think it was. So we can run stage 19 of Mephisto. I didn't want to run him in Gore, Ultron, or Kang, or Phoenix. So we're gonna run Mephisto, and we'll see how long it takes him to break Mephisto's original shield, right? So that's stage 19 that we're at. I'm gonna run him with Ebony Maw in the lead, give him that 40% increase of energy attack, and then we'll go with Scott on the back end so he can take advantage of the additional 40% increase of energy attack as well there. There's probably other support type characters we can put with him, but this should be fine. Like I don't see a problem with that. Yeah, like it'll give us a good idea of where he's at. Maybe like Ghost Panther would be, you could use him for the supervillain faction damage and stuff like that as well. But this should be fine. This should be fine. This should be fine. I don't think, who else could I use? Probably yeah, I could probably use him as well, but this is what we use. This is what we use. I don't really care about the allies necessarily. There's some allies in here for like physical attack. You can see basic defenses and stuff like that. So we can boost them out for different ways, especially since the supervillain faction doesn't really help. So this is what I'll do. I'll take out these characters right here, and we'll give him the normal, like, let's go for the ignore targets dodge rate. I tend to like to put those. We'll go for the increased base supervillain when we're attacking, and then we'll go here and here. All right, so we'll go with those, and we'll set our training inside here. So let's take a look at that one. All right, so remember the combo: 4-3-5, 6-4-3-5. All right, and we're gonna wait to see how long this takes to break his shield. I do not have a CT peak on him. I've got a 120 proc, and that's about it. Just because there wasn't a whole lot about his kit that I was like, yeah, I just gotta have more of this dude. 3, 5. So that's your initial rotation back there with the character. And you can see what that was, right? So we'll get out of dodge for that one. Oops, I messed up on that rotation. Shite! Totally messed up on that rotation. But all right, 6 is up. So we'll roll into 6, 4, 3, 5. Not a whole lot happening here. Waiting to see that break. 4, 3. Oh, okay, he broke it. He broke that up with his spell. He was like, "Come here." There we go. So 4, 3, 5, 6, 4, 3, 5. Simple enough combination to basically roll with him, with the exception that it's got such big delay cancels inside of it. I just really hate those delay cancels. He doesn't seem to get guard broken in those delay cancels, so that's really nice, but it is quite annoying though. We're at 3:30 into this, and we still don't have that shield down. And this is what I mean. This is a paywall character. So you're paying for this character, and it just kind of doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So we finally broke him down. right here, about 315, 316. Let's give it 316 on him. And now we'll be able to see just a little bit of what the damage looks like on the bars, but it's just not impressive. That's the problem, right? It's not like I'm going to use him over a lot of the other characters that I have. So we'll go with the rotation 6, makes a little jump, 4, summons rings, and 3, and then 5. It's paltry. It's paltry. Get out of that. 4, 3, 5. So you can see this is like basically like a bar and a half that we're getting out of this. So we'll go with his main skill inside here with the 6 rotation now. See what that gives us. Makes a little jump for it. Oh shit. I don't want to get stuck in you. I don't want to get stuck. I don't want to get stuck and I'm almost dead. He's got nice movement speed. I'll give him that. Kind of messed up on that rotation. It's just not enough. Like 2 bars basically. That's all we're getting on the character. It's not enough. Alright, I want to see what we get with the full... with his full rotation up. So we'll go here with the full rotation. Makes a little leap forward. 3. Jesus Christ. Did I get canceled in there? It's just not enough. It's just not enough. I don't have the enthusiasm to continue with this. Like, it's a, like, let's exit out of this. So you get the idea, right? Is that the problem that you have with Wenwu is that as a paywall character, I should be seeing marked improvements in terms of where he sits. He's not even better than the free-to-play counterpart that he has in the current update with him. So it feels like, what am I really getting after with Wenwu? He's sitting behind the paywall. That means I've got to pay for his uniform upgrades if I need those uniform upgrades. And that means I also got to pay and decide whether I'm going to put custom gears on him. There's just so many factors in terms of you being able to use Wenwu outside of just making him a Shadowland clear character that I just don't find the viability there, and I don't understand where they're going with in the direction. I would have liked to see Wenwu not be sat behind the paywall and probably come out from the paywall. Like you see, I had a normal custom gear obelisk on him, but he's just not good enough, in my opinion, that I want to put a CTP on. Like, there's not any marked kind of like improvement on the character that basically, I mean, just on paper alone, there's not very much here on paper. I mean, we still got a 1 skill with nothing. We got a 2 skill with absolutely nothing. We don't have an accumulation ability on the character, and we've basically got a character on paper that looks like a character from 4 years ago. So that's my opinion. I'm pretty sure you're going to get better mileage out of him if you're putting some type of CTP on him, or you're going to max him out, which my character is, by the way. I didn't need to max out his uniform options because with my account stats wide, I was able to get him up to a certain level. I've got 22% additional pierce as well. It's just that there's not enough on the bone there. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comment section below. Until next time, peace.